and welcome back to the garden. Now today we're going to put the tree grease onto the plum tree and the apple tree, and then plant a cherry tree in the fruit cage, but we'll come to that in a moment. Still having trouble with the white fly, and we've had torrential rain this morning, so we're very wet underfoot. That was a traction engine. This is what I use it all year round, and especially in the spring, but it's nice to have a good coat on them in the winter because there are some moth grubs that live in the soil and they need to climb the stem. So if they get stuck on this, you're protecting your fruit. I don't use the bands anymore because I found the insects, especially the earwigs, etc., get behind it and they're making a tunnel through. So I took those away and I just put the grease, which is designed for this, and put it straight on. Just like that though. It's a dirty old job, you must have gloves on. You have to sort of work it into the cracks and crannies of the bark. But when you put it on a few times, you've got a layer where you can paint, just top it up. Quite simple. Alright, we'll go right down. It really is sticky old stuff, but as your tree grows, it stretches and leaves a gap that the insects can get up anyway, so you must fill those up. Now you haven't got to worry about the tree itself and the bark. It doesn't do any harm to them. I think this particular plum tree has had this on it all its life and it's doing rather well, so not detrimental at all. Plenty on. I'll do this side and come round to it then. That's it. I'll go around that side to that. Now the other thing is, when I finished, I leave the brush in the pot because you can never clean all that lot off. So I always have the brush with the pot. And I usually keep it in a polythene bag as well, which helps. Slurp it on. That's the plum tree about done. Remember, don't be tempted to trim your plum tree this time of year. It's the wrong time. Do that in the summer so you don't get silver leaf. Best to wait till the summer, a nice dry warm day, and trim it then. I like the apple tree where you can prune those in the winter. And that's it, look, it's done. What I also do is, when we had some leaves left over from last year, they made a nice mulch, as you can see, so I put that round the fruit tree, and if any manure is left, I just put that round as well. And what I find is, if I put it round, the chickens do the rest, scratching it round anyway. But now the chickens are locked up, I have to scratch it about myself, so that's why it's not such a good job as what they do. I don't know if you can see it, but there is the gentleman who lives at the top field. He's got a steam engine and he's just going out in it, look. I've nearly done the apple as well. I've just this little bit here to do. See if I can get it finished. Work it well in. It's a pity the white fly don't stick to it. I'm going to clear some of those. A little bit just there, look, I think we've got it. Now that's the apple tree done as well. got a good coat of grease on it for the winter. Now we'll just nip up to the fruit cage and we'll pop that cherry tree in we've bought. Okay, here's a cherry tree. It was a bare root maiden when we bought it, but I put it in the pot because I knew we wouldn't be able to plant it straight away. It was far, and then the summer got too hot, and then one thing and another. There's its ticket. It's Morello. That means it'll be the sour cherry, and it cost me £6. The £6 for a grafted maiden tree of that sort. I did nip the top out because I'll show you later what I want to do with it, but £6 for that's quite good money. Now I'm looking round for a sweet cherry to put on the opposite side of the fruit cage. I'm going to plant it a good 2 foot away from the fence, put a post at each end, about 6 foot each side, so it gives it a good stretch, and with wires across, and then train it onto the wires at this height. I don't want nothing below that height, so the cherries should be up here. Easy picking and easy maintenance. Now we have to dig a hole, so we'll do it here. It's very wet because it did have quite a bit of rain. Now the straw we've put on the soil so it's easier to walk on, so we're not sinking into the soil all the time and making too much mess. That'll be just dug in when we finish. It's pretty good soil, but it does tend to be a bit heavy. Now that's the sort of depth I want, but I need plenty size on the hole because I want to put in some of our own compost. I'll just pop these at the side for now. With this land we've got, if I go any deeper than that, you can see it turns to solid clay. So what we'll do is we'll put some of our compost in there and try and chomp it up a bit to give it a bit of base. This is our own compost out the compost bin, fully rotted. Still got little bits in it, but they're alright. Put a little bit in to start with, and then try, if we can, if we don't break the spade, to turn it into that clay stuff at the bottom. They are prunus trees, so they'll take root very, very quickly. You can see that's not bad. I'll clear the back a bit. I want to put a stake in there, but I still have to just fetch the hammer to knock it down. I forgot to bring it. I'll just make a hole with the steel bar and waggle it about so we can get that one in. No need to go down too far, because once it gets around that clay it's not going to move much. And then if we hit it in with the rubber hammer, it won't damage the top too much. And there, a bit more. That's fine. Now I should just make the hole to fit the tree at the front. There. A bit more of that in it, I think, at the bottom. No fertiliser going in this time of year because it's going dormant anyway. Make sure it will fit. You can see where it's been grafted, so we really want to put it in at the depth that it is now. There you are. Oh. It is actually grown some roots, but as I get it, there's a worm there, look. Excuse me. As I get it down there, I'll just loosen it a little bit for it to start. When I've got the 2 posts in and the wires on, I want to train these along the wires like that. These will be just in case one of these snaps, and then it'll make that nice growth along there in a bar, like a bar, so it'll be easier to pick, etc. I'm gonna have to do it up a bit. Not too much, just enough to take that shine off it. Now that's as close as we're going to get, but we'll put the tie up here so it holds it off a bit, and then eventually the top wires will take over with the support, and that'll just rot off anyway. Just push him down a bit. Right, let's get there. I need to push that down a bit. We use the opposite end of the bar just to push that down. Piece of wood would have been ideal, but this would do for now. Just as long as you got it right down the bottom, so you haven't got an air hole, so it won't grow. That'll do. And then what I want to do then, before I heel it in, is to put some of this better soil that we've dug out back on, and then heel it down or tread it down nice and tight, post as well, all in like that. The graft is there, still above the soil. Remember, the soil will sink back a bit as well, and that'll do nicely. We'll put tie on. I'm using this tie, it looks plenty big, but when it's on and that's grown up to its full, that'll be just not, and it's not going to give in. The thin ties will snap. So round the post and then thread it through there, look. Let's get that where we want it. Then through there until we can turn it to lock it, look. If we can, there it is, that's the lock on. And this actually goes round there, but with that being loose, what we do is just put a tack in there for now and just leave this loose, and before you know it, it'll be grown up quite quick. I'll just fetch a tack and we'll put a tack in there just to hold it, and that'll stop it. If I can get one more, I'll be happy. There it is. If I put that tack in, that'll hold that nice and tight for us. So I'll just go and get a tack. Don't take this off yet, because as this grows, we'll need all that. So we'll tuck that in like that. I'll just get a tack. Pop the tack in there just to stop it moving about too much. And that'll do. And one the other side. Why not? That's it. That's got that nicely. Look, that'll hold that, and that'll keep that out the way. It's flopping about all the time. Now that's the tree planted. I will put the label on it. That will grow away quite happily, and I'll put the wires on and the stakes in and grow it out as a fan like that. Now we're here, I just want to show you the the autumn colours on the blueberry, how nice it looks. It's beautiful, isn't it? So you get nice fruit and then you get this lovely autumn colour as well. Now that'll be it for the day. Sun's come out, it's turning out quite nice, but it is so wet, it's unbelievable. If without this straw down there, we would have been right messed up, aren't we, down here. So that'll be it for now. We'll see you again soon. Take care everyone, bye now.